Matt Ryan could go to a few places. Two teams that really stand out to me. The top trade destinations for Matt Ryan. Number one, the Indianapolis Colts. The Colts, I've loved the fit since the beginning. I've actually been clamoring for this for multiple years. I love the fit within Frank Reich's offense and his quick passing attack. Very good offensive line up front that can protect him, especially on the interior. And you have a nice running game partnered with a nice play action and a pretty quality defense. That would be like upgrading from Phillip Rivers a couple years ago in what you would get with Matt Ryan. A veteran upgrade from Carson Wentz. It would make sense for the Colts to trade Carson Wentz and then acquire Matt Ryan. That would be logical. That would be progress, right? Second destination would be the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns have granted Baker Mayfield's opportunity to go out there and get traded. So Baker's on his way out regardless of what happens, right? We already know this. Deshaun Watson is not going to the Cleveland Browns. So that means that they're out of luck there. And Baker Mayfield is on his way out regardless. So Baker could end up somewhere else. We got to talk about him as well. But Matt Ryan could go to Cleveland. I like the fit. Again, good offensive line. You've got Amari Cooper as your number one target. You've got a strong running game. They could maybe bring in another wide receiver. They've got a pretty good defense. They've been building to win, right? And that's the thing with Cleveland. If you're going to move on from Baker, you're trying to upgrade. Baker to Matt Ryan, that's an upgrade. Matt Ryan's not what he used to be, but he's an upgrade. And Matt Ryan is a win-now quarterback. You're signaling to the rest of the NFL and to me that you're trying to win right now if Cleveland acquires Matt Ryan. And he would fit there with Stefanski, I believe. It'd be similar to what the offense looked like with Matt Ryan in Atlanta under Kyle Shanahan. Now that gives me my third destination for Matt Ryan. The 49ers. Now the 49ers, of course, have Kyle Shanahan, and Shanahan and Matt Ryan worked together in 2016 when Atlanta went to the Super Bowl and nearly beat the Patriots before 28-3 and Tom Brady happened. And Matt Ryan won the MVP that season in that offense. Now, Matt Ryan, to me, is at this point much better than Trey Lance. There have been reports that Trey Lance is not ready to play. And with the NFC landscape so weak right now, especially with Adams leaving Green Bay, the 49ers might look at the landscape and say, if we had Matt Ryan, we might be the true contender and the favorite to win this conference after getting to the NFC Championship last year with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I would say that Matt Ryan is a better version than Jimmy Garoppolo right now. Plus, Matt Ryan has been able to stay healthy. Matt Ryan would know the offense. There would be no real learning curve there, so that would be quick and easy. So you wouldn't have to catch somebody up like you would maybe with Tom Brady or that sort of thing that we were talking about before. So all that stuff would make sense, and the 49ers would instantly become maybe the favorite of the NFC, or they'd be right there with Tampa. So the 49ers are the third destination, and those are the top destinations that I see for Matt Ryan, because you have to pick teams that are going to be willing to take Matt for 1 or 2 years for the rest of his career, potentially, or 1 year to compete, and then go from there. Because a team that's sort of in rebuild mode, or a team that's not quite sold that they can contend, is not going to make the move for Matt Ryan, because it doesn't make sense, because he's too old. There's no real future with him. That's why a team like San Francisco makes a lot of sense, because Trey Lance could sit 1 more year and develop while Matt Ryan takes the lead for 1 year. That's why the Browns make sense, because they've been trying to build a Super Bowl team for the last 2 years, and Baker hasn't been their answer. And the Colts, the same thing. Plus, the Colts have a ton of cap space. So those are the destinations for Matt Ryan.